Good morning, my brothers and sisters. My name is I Am, and I am the voice of God. I am the Ancient of Days. I have quite a bit to say to you tonight. I really don't have one specific theme, but just to encourage you to continue to meditate. Meditation is of the utmost importance. And your meditation can come, it's not just a getting in a certain posture, laying down at a certain angle, though various techniques work for different people, different strokes for different folks. Wherever your prayer closet is, I've said this before, whatever you do that allows you to get into a zone, a realm, a frequency of peace and of love, do what you need to do according to your faith. It's very vital that you understand that phrase, according to your faith. Be it unto you. I said, wherever God leads you, see, it's principle number one, my brother. Mentalism. That's a personal thing. That's your own individual walk. That's your own communion with what is, with the spiritual realm, with the angelic beings, with the powers that be. Many of you have not seen, but just understand that God is, you see. You see, when I was born into this world, I was in my mind, a blank sheet, like many of you, and I was influenced by this world. But I thank God that I had parents that believed in God, believed in a source and an entity beyond that which doth appear. You know, it was as simple as, now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. You see, I paid attention, even as a child. I wasn't raised in the church. I was a young man when I was introduced to Christianity, and I embraced it because I had already had experience, amen, with God, you see. Now, I don't know anything about these star seeds and indigo children and so forth and so on. I know that we mature at different rates. We all die at different times and seasons, and we come back for various reasons and so forth. Many have said contracts and so on. I have no recollection of that. But that's not to say that it is not so. I only speak what God confirms to me, you see. But it wouldn't surprise me because we are etheric beings. I understand that my origin, and I know your origin, is etheric. And I know that we, amen, created all things. We are the vessels of God. We are the cherubim of creation. And so you're on your own quest, your own journey to obtain knowledge of self. Now, once you obtain knowledge of self, it energizes you, my brother. It energizes you in the solidity factual evidence that you are. Even as he is, so are we. And so therefore, when Jesus said, if I go away, I shall come again, you know the validity of that statement. Because you have seen yourself in various lifetimes doing this, that, and the other. Maybe you don't recall any lofty or spiritual things that I state unto you. But know that thou art and that your being is eternal. And know that this is a cycle, that this is a process. Know that a circuit, my beloved, an electrical circuit, hear the word, circuit. It is a loop. I'm just going to ramble on. And now when you see the geometric figures and shapes and symbols, God created all things in decency and in order. Understand that which is square, that which bears angles, represents encapsulation. It represents a construct. It represents a box, a matrix, simply a container. And understand that which is circular represents that which is eternal and everlasting, that which penetrates into all realms and dimensions. Understand, my beloved, that all truths are half-truths. Now, you already have become acquainted with so above, so below, so within, so without. All truths are half-truths, and apply it to everything. Did you hear what I said? Everything is coded so that he that seeketh findeth. If you don't seek, you won't find. You must have a desire to know. You must have a longing to know. And this longing is what fuels you, my beloved. So that you can add to your knowledge, your secular knowledge, spiritual wisdom. And so that you can see how that which is physical did not come forth from those things which do appear, but comes forth from those things that are hidden, those things that are unseen. You realize that there's a duality to all existence. And so, again, knowledge of self is knowledge of God. Until we all come into the unity of the faith, the unity of truth. And once we achieve this unity, then do we have the force of soul, the power and the depth of soul in order to bring forth the collective manifestation. Now, don't get caught up, I've told you before, don't get caught up on words, though words are powerful. And we need to understand the present day meaning of words. But put your emphasis, as I stated before, on the alphabet. Did you hear me? I say on the alphabet. what the alphabet represents. The alphabet is based on geometry. The alphabet is based on numerology. Understand the alphabet and simply look to Egypt. And I know many of you come forth from Christian experience. Everything I say to you is overstood on a multitude of levels. Now, if you believe the word, believe it. The Bible declares that Jesus was called forth from Egypt. If you know the word. And so where should we look? Jesus went to Egypt because of persecution. We have been persecuted and oppressed for over 400 years in the wilderness of North America. Jesus went into Egypt to escape persecution. Came forth from Egypt and was able to instruct the wise men of his time and of his day, was able to break the yokes of bondage. So I say unto you, look to Egypt. Now the truth has been camouflaged. It has been twisted. It has been distorted. But it is there for those of you who seek. He that seeketh findeth, he that knocketh, the door shall be open. He that asketh, it shall be given. Wherever the student is, the teacher will appear. So again, my beloved, meditate. Allow God to teach you. Write down what you see. And by all means, if the same vision keeps reoccurring, it's of the utmost importance. And you must discern your vision fully. You know, many of us said, oh, I got it. I got the meaning of that. Oh, I understand that. No, bro. Everything has levels and degrees of meaning and conveyance. The Egyptians did everything exact. I am the Ancient of Days. Nothing was done in vain. Everything was done according to the knowledge of what is. Everything was done according to the righteousness of the divine law. Everything was done according to the will of God. Now I want to touch on homosexuality. You know, we just allow that thing to divide us. I'm telling you, it's really ridiculous. Homosexuality is a sin. We come forth, my beloved, from the chaos. When there's an imbalance, all things manifest, both positive and negative. And mostly negative when we are in an imbalance. All things is it. And so once the balance is reestablished, the righteousness is reestablished. We are one with the earth. If the earth is imbalanced, so are we. And if we imbalanced, so is the earth and the manifestations upon the earth. Learn how to read the signs, my beloved. They're all about you. Peace.